Hannoşelertamo tamaya lekunno gili hari no la. Sorry for butchering your ears, but I had to do that. You know that meme, "This is cinema"? I was going to use it for Gladiator 2, but after watching the second half, yikes. Gladiator 1 was great cinema in every sense. Acting, directing, drama, story, music. No, no, I won't torture you again. Gladiator 2 also had all of these things, but where it falters big is the story for me. So the story is that Lucius, who's the son of Lucilla, returns as the gladiator to save Rome from corruption and greed with strength and honor. First half an hour, the story follows exactly the same path as Gladiator 1. I'm thinking to myself, what is different here? But then the story starts to set in and I'm slowly starting to like everything that is happening. You know that feeling of epicness when you're watching something? I was feeling that in every single frame because every scene had great intensity with good background score. I could feel what those characters were feeling, so I was very impressed by the first half. So I was wondering, is this going to be one of the best movies of this year? But then it proved me wrong. It wasn't a terrible second half, but the plot points were a bit weird. There were some twists, but there was no build up to those twists. Twists. It just happened suddenly and it didn't feel natural or authentic. I don't know why the second half was so rushed. Just make it a 3-hour film. Anyways, a lot of movies are doing that. See, the general theme of both the films is that the idea of Rome being free from corruption and greed. It would have been better if they took more time in achieving that freedom because it happens way too quickly in the second half. You know how in Gladiator 1 there were these moles or servants who secretly hear something and then pass on that information for money? The same thing happens here, and I'm thinking, can't you two people just get a room and talk about your secrets? Why are you plotting your plans openly in public? Tonight, I'm going to go and rescue him secretly. But don't worry about her. She's loyal only to me. She's not going to rat us out. And those were the famous last words. The climax was a bit too dramatic for me. It didn't land as well or as epic they would have wanted to. They used the same song from the climax of Gladiator 1 in this climax too, but the impact wasn't the same. The reason that song and that climax worked is because both of them were in sync with each other. Emotional music works when the scene hits you emotionally. Over here, it feels forced. The acting was great across the board, but I want to specifically speak about Paul Mescal because he's the gladiator. He's a good actor and did a good job here, but he lacked the command that Russel Crowe had. I didn't feel his authority as a general or a leader, but apart from those scenes, I did like him a lot. So overall, Gladiator 2 was an okay experience, but I still think this should be experienced in a theater because of the action, music, and the epicness of the story. So on my rating scale, Gladiator 2 had the potential to give me an orgasm, but it only made me horny. Lo sharin kono pino teno like comment subscribe